Hello everyone, my name is Kitetsu and welcome back to my channel. I have literally just taken a break from gluing together my new Great Unclean One model to make this video for you guys. I can't wait to finish this model, the detail is just incredible on it. But yeah, we have a brand new story on the Malign Portents website, which I'm going to summarise and discuss for you shortly. But also, we have this brand new piece of art that has been leaked online. Look how amazing this is. It's a piece by, I'm hoping this is pronounced Johan Grenier, otherwise I've probably just completely butchered that. But this guy has produced some incredible Age of Sigmar artwork already. Go and Google him and you'll see some of the stuff he's already done. But this particular artwork, you can bet is going to appear in the Malign Portents campaign book that is on its way. The great thing about this artwork is that it shows all of our 4 Malign Portent champions in what looks like shyish battling it out. But the interesting thing is that to me, it looks like the Fungoid Cave Shaman and the Dark Oath War Queen are actually working together with the Lord Ordinata. It looks like there is an alliance between chaos, destruction and order to combat the threat that death poses. I'm super excited about this piece of artwork and what it shows and suggests. To me, the art and narrative are 2 of my absolute favourite things about Age of Sigmar. They bring the world to life. Let me know down below what you think this picture is hinting at. Is it a possible alliance between these different factions, or do you have a different interpretation of what it means? Personally, I think that Nagash has just become such a great threat that he is going to take over the realms, so it may force an alliance of necessity between the different factions. That would certainly be a massive, unheard of shake-up for Age of Sigmar, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see a little bit down the line as to where this is going to go. Right, so onto the story. This is called Grim Deliverance. It is set in a makeshift pest house, which is basically a hospital for people who are suffering with infectious disease or plague. Straight away, I'm thinking Nurgle, and it makes me super excited how they keep tying this new Nurgle release to the Malign Portents. It just seems to gel together so well. Mixing disease and death as a narrative theme is perfect. You have the grim, vile unpleasantness of Nurgle mixed with the ominous, oppressive nature of death. Nurgle claims countless lives through his disease, but in his own twisted way, he wants the order of life and death to be a cycle that is in balance. He wants his victims to form part of that cycle, and the natural way of all things, death and rebirth occurring continuously. Nagash, on the other hand, is the polar opposite. He doesn't believe in the cycle of life. For him, there is only death, and he wants all life to end so that he can rule over those who become his servants in death. The great thing here, narratively, is that we have Nagash who is seeking those who are dead, dying or close to death so that he can enslave their souls. And you have Nurgle, whose power is on the rise after his defeat in Ghyran, who is providing him with a massive source of death. Naturally, if Nagash takes the souls of these dead people and brings them back as corpses to themselves go out and further interrupt the cycle of life, Nurgle is going to get pretty angry. It's a cool setup that we have going on here. So we have this makeshift hospital set in what was once a hall, perhaps the town hall, and it is filled with those who are infected with some kind of disease. The hospital is set in Heaving Peaks, a town situated within the valley of Grovenheim. I don't actually know where this is in the realm, so if anyone does know, please let me know in the comments down below. The townsfolk are all aligned with Order and worship Sigmar, and have a large presence of Free Guild there. They have had major demon problems leading up to this story. We can theorise that those demons are of course the forces of Nurgle, and foolishly, for the briefest amount of time, they think that their demon troubles are over. They manage to force the demons out of the valley and they have a huge banquet to celebrate their victory over these demons. The Free Guild are there, who fought the demons back, the townsfolk are there, basically everyone is there, and it's a joyous occasion. But the very next morning, things start going horribly wrong. The greatest strength of a horde of Nurgle lies not just in its military strength, but in the terrible contagions that it brings with it. And whatever contagion Nurgle has brought to this town, it's bad. The makeshift hospital is the very same room that the banquet was had in, only now it isn't recognisable as the town hall. It's full of sick beds, crates, and the smell of rotting flesh is so bad and overpowering that they've had to line the room with incense burners. People are falling sick and dying in droves. Their bodies are falling host to these disgusting cysts that are filled with pus and parasites that in turn spread further infection. The main character of the story is a nurse called Gosma. Since the day the infection started to spread, she's barely eaten or slept, and she has been pushed to the brink of exhaustion. She is busy stitching up a patient who is likely beyond saving when she hears someone desperately calling for her. The calling doesn't stop, so she goes to investigate. The person calling out for her is a soldier, and it's one that she treated a few days previously. He is doing okay considering the loss of his leg and the volume of tissue that she's had to cut away from his shoulder. She was pretty sure that he was going to die, but now she's looking at him and thinking, actually there is some hope for him, he may yet live. The soldier, however, has a barrow next to him with the body of a much more sick person in it. And the soldier is gripping this barrow as hard as he can to stop another woman from wheeling that sick person away. The other woman is dressed in black and purple robes. She is described as a pale woman, her voice as calm and cold as a glacial lake, and she tells the nurse to let her take away the sick man to essentially put him out of his misery. The soldier, however, knows that this particular woman keeps taking people away and killing them, so he's not happy. With the nurse being so tired, she's half tempted to just let the woman take him, but before anyone can make any decisions, the pestilence of Nurgle escalates in the sick man. A huge cyst starts appearing on his thigh, so she quickly grabs a red-hot poker from the fire and cauterizes the cyst before it can burst. She knows all too well what happens when these things burst, and it is not pleasant. Unfortunately for her, she is unaware of the second, considerably larger cyst that the man has on his stomach, and that one explodes in a shower of pus and carnivorous maggots. These maggots start eating into her skin, and the soldier in the bed is covered in them, screaming out in pain. They are both more or less beyond saving through normal means. But interestingly, the purple and black robed woman is untouched by the maggots, as if they don't affect her and won't touch her at all. And she's obviously gifted in some kind of sorcery because her fingers start glowing an amethyst colour. Gosma is saved by a magical purple light from this woman, which removes the maggots, and the magic briefly stops her heart. The soldier from before is dead, but he has also had all of the flesh-eating maggots removed from his body by that magic. In the closing moments of the story, her saviour reveals that she is an agent of Nagash, and it is his power that has saved Gosma. The woman tells Gosma that Sigmar has forsaken this place, and that it is Nagash who is basically there to watch over them. She tells Gosma that she can save her and all of the people in the hospital from their suffering. Gosma takes her hand and accepts the offer, and shortly afterwards it is very strongly implied that the woman kills her to basically join her as a servant of Nagash. So pretty much that was the story, and I will leave a link down below so you can read it. It was really good, and personally I actually liked it a lot more than last week's. Although last week's story was really great, it didn't actually tell us much other than the role Nurgle was going to play in Malign Portents, but this one goes straight back to that death vibe and the gritty atmosphere that we saw in the Death at the Door story. Let me know what you guys thought of the story down below, and who you thought the mysterious woman in the hospital was. Do you think she was perhaps a vampire, which is probably my most likely guess. I've even heard rumours that she is actually a mortal servant of Nagash. However, from the minute it described her pale skin, I personally came to the conclusion that she is in fact dead. The whole idea of her being alive and following Nagash to me just does not work, because he is completely against life. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to leave this video here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more Age of Sigmar content, and I will see you guys soon with the next update for Malign Portents.